Hello there, I'm Jen Houston from the Artsy Fartsy Gallery here in Canada, and I just wanted to pop on and show you some more ideas on how to use the Stamparatus and the stamp set Rooted in Nature to make some beautiful Christmas cards. So let's get to it. So we're going to be using different leaf patterns to make wreath patterns for our Christmas cards. So we're going to be using the large leaf, the small leaf, as well as this leaf over here, and we're going to make some neat wreaths, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you have a Stamparatus, great. If not, I will also show you later on how you can just put your stamps in certain spots to make this beautiful wreath without the Stamparatus. So the Stamparatus is quite the nifty tool for doing repeat patterns, for I don't know, for those stamps that are kind of a little bit tricky, that maybe don't ink so well. You can always, you know, ink up, stamp, and if it doesn't work so great, it's already lined up so you can re-ink and re-stamp. So it's an amazing tool. The way I did wreaths, however, I'm just going to remove this so you can actually see. I cut a piece of kind of stronger cardstock. It's actually from the cardstock from the designer series paper. It kind of comes with the paper. It comes with the descriptions of what colors are used in that designer series paper. So it's a little bit stronger. I cut 6 by 6, and then what I did was I used my layering squares, framelets. I used the largest die, and I cut the square out using my big shot. So I cut this piece out here. Okay, then what I did was I just kind of eyeballed it and tilted it diagonally and cut it out that way as well. So now I have this piece with all these, it looks like a great big star. And so that is what's going to help us. It's going to be our little template for making these wreaths. So I'm going to put this paper back on here. I think I'm going to start with this one first. Okay, so the easiest way is to actually save that piece that you cut out from here, or take your layering square framelit and cut out a square that's exactly that size. It works the easiest. It's kind of foolproof that way for sure. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my little, this is the one I'm going to be using first off. That is quite the bright light you've got on the, I guess it won't be there for long because I'll be flipping it. Here, we'll take this plate off because we don't actually need this plate. Okay, so I'm going to put this down where I kind of want it. Press down so it stamps on there. And I am going to be using Garden Green ink. So I'm going to ink that up, press it down. Now, here's the trick. So I'm always going to, I'm going to be going to the right. So I know that I'm starting here. So what I'm going to do is take this corner here and turn it 1 to the right. So now just place that square back in where it is, where it's supposed to go. Ink up the little stamp, press down. All right, we're ready to tilt it again. So we're this corner here, we're turning 1 spot to the right. Fit that square back in. Ink up and press this one corner, 1 to the right. Ink up, stamp. As you can see, it's very simple. Just got to remember which corner, or basically just tilt it 1 to the right. If you forget, it's not that big of a deal. Ink up. As you can see, it's starting to make a neat little wreath here. Okay, turn it one to the right. Line it up. You can use the magnets. I guess what you don't want to do is get those 2 magnets that the Stamparatus comes with. Don't ever get them to touch because they can actually shatter. So be wary of that. Okay, then one more time, I believe. Oh, maybe 2. Ink it up. Press. Yeah, one more time to the right. Ink. And there we have our wreath. Simple. Who would have thought that that leaf pattern would make a beautiful wreath? So I'm just going to wipe off this little leaf here so we don't get any ink everywhere. Our garden green, it's lovely, but you don't want it all over. All right, I'm going to take that off and put it aside here. Put it onto my stamp case, and here we have our little wreath. Let me close that and get that glare out of your way. Oh, we are so tilted here. Let's fix that up a little. Put my Stampin' Chamois away. Now I have pre-cut some paper, so I used soft suede as my card base, and I used Whisper White as the next layer. So this layer measures 4 by 5 1/4. I have, oh sheesh, I don't know the measurements for these. I'm gonna guess this is about 2.5 maybe. Where's my ruler? About 1 3/4. Way off. 1 3/4 by 5. And then I had to get my Buffalo Check stamp in here because I absolutely love it. This one measures at 3 by 5. And I pre-stamped that on there so it will go a little quicker. So I'm going to use this white piece to kind of layer these papers on. Now I'm not sure. I think am I going to have more red showing or more wood showing? I think I'm going to have more red. All right, so I'm going to put my snail tape around, kind of get it lined up on the top and the sides. Okay, and just kind of be aware about how much did you leave on this side, how much did you leave on the top. Kind of line it up nicely, and there we have it. All right, now for the, I did cut one out before, but I think I'm going to recut this one and try it a little bit more white. Okay, so I'm just gonna not even really pay attention to the leaves, kind of just making it curvy and bumpy, and that's kind of going to be my goal. I just had a thought of what I might put on the wreath to make it maybe pop a little bit more. Get out my rhinestones and I'm going to color them with the Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blend. I think that would look kind of fun. Little red rhinestones on this woodsy card. Everything needs a little bling, doesn't it? So trim, trim, trim. As you can see, I'm leaving a whole lot more white than I did on the other one that I cut out, but that's okay. go. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my red Stampin' Blend marker here. And get out my rhinestones. Lovely. And so what you do is you take your Stampin' Blend marker, and if you use the paintbrush side, it makes it simpler kind of to color. So apparently if you use the side of your marker, it doesn't destroy it. As I don't know if you can see here, but the nib is kind of well worn, but I was told last night by somebody, a demonstrator, that if you use the side of your marker, it doesn't get all frayed like that. So give that a try. Now I need my Take Your Pick tool, which is amazing for this. You just give the rhinestone a push and place it on where you want. These rhinestones are great because they have glue on the backs of them, so you don't even have to try and, you know, whittle your glue on there. So I think I'm going to have a few more rhinestones. You can't have too many, could you? I don't think so. Maybe 2 more. And of course you want to try and use odd numbers. It's just more pleasing to the eye. I didn't space those out very well. That's okay. All right, next step, I wanted to use one of the little sayings from the Tags and Tidings. Actually, yes, because it's nice and small. Let's see. Of course, this is a humongous stamp, but that is okay now. Shapes. I'm just going to dig in my little bucket to see if I have any little circles. Nope. Okay, that's all right. I will just get a scrap piece of white here, and I'm going to be extremely lazy. And I'm just going to put the block over top of the one I want. And I think I'm going to do it in Cherry Cobbler. Enjoy. And there we have it. And I'll wipe it off on my Simply Chamois. Cleaned off that Cherry Cobbler ink manages to get itself everywhere. All over your hands, all over your cards, everywhere. I'll just place that aside for now. Now I'm going to find, maybe I did not bring my punches. I'm going to run it through the Big Shot then. So let me close up my ink before I make a disaster. Grab my Big Shot here. As you can see, the plates are well worn, but they still work great. I remember the first time I ran it through the Big Shot and it made little marks on my plates, and I'm like, oh, what have I done? But no worries, that's what happens. All right, I'm looking in my stitched, here it is, my stitched shapes framelets for the smallest circle. If you had a circle punch, this would work great for that. I see I did not bring them with me. I left them at home because I knew I had these little framelets. Now, it might be too big, so we'll see. We'll give it a try. All right. Oh, I lined it all up, and then I forgot I need to put a plate over top. So you make your little sandwich, roll it through the Big Shot, creak, crack, crunch. That one was pretty quiet. Yeah, I'm going to put this aside. Stuff from the other one? If it did, yeah, it did. Okay. Try another idea. Let's just cut. Actually, we might be able to cut on that. The dot, no. We'll just cut around it. This was a little impromptu here. There. Good. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to place it in the center of the wreath to cover up all these little lines here that maybe, I don't know, they're okay, but I think it's, you know, it'll be a little more exciting if they're covered up. And I think I'm going to do dimensionals because it'll pop up nicely. Let's see what I've got here. Where do you find all your dimensional backs? We find them on the dog's nose, down the hallway, in the bathroom, everywhere. Everywhere your socks can go, that's kind of where they go. All right, I'm going to put this, glue this onto here. Actually, I think I'm going to use some twine, jute, twine. What's they call? What do they call this one? Jute twine. Okay, so I was right both times. And I'm going to put a little bit of snail on the back where I might choose to stick that down to get it started. And I'm going to wrap this around a couple times just to add a little something. Now, did I pull? I didn't pull that hard enough here. Okay, one more time here at the back. Put that aside. Press that down. Let's see how it looks at the front here. We'll straighten this out a little. Okay. There we go. I think I like that. And I'm just gonna put a little bit more snail. This stuff to stick to behind. And while we've got it kind of loosey-goosey here, I think I'm going to use my dimensionals to glue this down. Don't waste all the outsides of the dimensionals. You can actually cut it up and use it too. So I'm just going to put some around the outside here. Pop that up. Some on either sides of that jute, just so it kind of helps to hold it up a little bit. There. Okay, lots of backs to take off here. Two more. Whoop. Sticky little things here. All right, let's get this put down. Let's fix it a little, again, exactly where I want it, and put it onto the card base. And I'm going to actually use dimensionals on the back of this wreath just to help hold it. I think I'm going to put it in between. Oh, I think I'm going to move it over a little. Just about had a wreath ring. Go like this. And add the wreath. And there you have it. Such a fun little wreath made out of the little leaf stamp that I would never have thought to make a wreath into. out of. And there you have it. All right. I hope you give this technique a try. Use that little stamp to whittle away, and have a great day.